I just bought my first house in Los Angeles, California, and I'm so excited, feeling so blessed, and I want to share that with you guys. Hi, my name is Fancy Acholonu, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and like this video and share. My channel it's a work in progress. I'm going to start posting a lot more videos, so if you want to be part of the journey and see my life, subscribe. I did it. I did an intro thing. This took me 30 takes, by the way. I finally got it. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so if you follow me on Instagram, then you have seen the post, which has led you here because you want to know more about this process and I want to share. My Instagram is my first and last name, by the way, Fancy Acholonu. I'm more active on there than here, but that's going to change soon. There is where you see the highlight. Here is where you see the story, the journey, how I got here, how I feel about things. And I think it's just a more intimate space. So I hope I can get comfortable with you guys and just speak comfortably to the camera. Okay, I'm a little nervous, but we'll see how this goes. So it has been my dream for a long time to purchase a house in California. I am Nigerian American, so I was born in Los Angeles, but my family's from Nigeria, and I grew up mostly here, but also in Nigeria as well. Because I'm a Naija babe now. I'm an Igbo babe, just so you know. So, and don't make fun of my Nigerian accent. I'm not doing it well right now because I'm nervous. So I'm a marketing director. If you want to know more about my job, I do have a video that talks all about that. And yeah, I'm just a girl that just ended up in this world and just bought a house. So let's talk about it. Okay, so I have been shopping around for homes for a few months, and then I was like, oh my God, this is really expensive. Like LA is like really, really competitive, to the point where I was considering buying a house out of state. I was like, oh my gosh, should I just buy a house in like Texas, Atlanta? But I've never lived in any other state but California. So that would have been such a big change. And I thought to myself, yes, I can go do that right now, but is that what I really want long term? Probably not right now. So I decided to just save and budget and be patient and take my time and do it here. Even though I knew it would take a lot more money, a lot more strategy, I just knew that like, if I was patient enough, I would get it. So the first thing I did was get a realtor to help me shop for homes. My first realtor, I'll say first because she wasn't the one that ended up getting me the house, was a nightmare. Oh my God, that was a horror story. I went through it. I don't want to get into that detail because I want to keep this video love and light. But if you do want to know my real estate realtor experience, let me know and I will share. Not like I'll share the person's name or anything like that, but just the experience and like what to do, how to find the best realtor for you. So I got a realtor and then we started shopping for homes. I put an offer on my first house and that one did not work out. That was also a nightmare. And I just realized things aren't working out with me, with her, it just has to change. And as soon as I decided to like let that go, I came into a home that I fell in love with instantly. Oh my gosh. Starting off with the open house. So let me tell you what really sold me on this house. I'm a very tall girl. I don't know if people know that, but I'm like a tall girl, okay? It's giving 6 feet. So I wanted high ceilings, and this house had such high ceilings. I was like, oh, this is it. Oh, this is it. So I loved the high ceilings. That really sold me. All of the bathrooms were ugly. Let's talk about what I didn't like. But I was like, don't worry about how it looks. It's just aesthetics. Like that can always change. I went into this house looking at it for the potential. At the end of the day, this is a starter home for me. I've never bought a house before, and I cannot expect as a working girl to just walk in and purchase like a dream home that would be perfect. I mean, by God's grace, that will happen in the future. But for now, it's giving starter home. So I also really love the fact that for the master bedroom, it also had double doors. I'm like, "Ugh, double doors for the master bedroom? Okay, I'm so excited. That is so cute." I opened it up and the bedroom also had high ceilings. And I was like, and then the bedroom had a balcony. I was like, okay, I want this house. So those are like the key things that I loved. Also like location. It's a very like family like location. Definitely not very city girl, but that's something that in the future will make sense. Right now, it doesn't really make sense, but you know, whatever. I knew I needed to record this moment because I needed to go home and pray over this purchase. It was a little intimidating. There were like families, there were like, you know, a lot of people were coupled, and then it was just me. I walked right up to the selling agent and I shook his hand and I was like, "Hi, I'm Fancy. I want this house. I'm going to make an offer." It's like, if you're going to make an offer, you better do it soon because we already have 11 offers. I was like, what? This was just listed 2 days ago. Like, how do you list a house 2 days ago and you have 11 offers? This is wild. He's like, "You're going to need to make that offer soon." And I was like, oh my God, oh my gosh. Okay. So I talked to my real estate agent, my new one, who was amazing. Oh, he was great. And I was like, okay, I've never made like such an offer before. Like, what do I do? What number do I give? And he was like, "Well, it's not my job to tell you what number you should give. It's what's comfortable for you." And I'm like, period. First of all, I love that. Like, no pressure with him. I love like real estate agents that don't have that pressure because like it's already an overwhelming process to buy a house. So when you're also pressured by the person to like buy the house from them, it's like, I can't, like, I just can't. So I decided to give him a number. And he told me, "Your offer's strong, but there's someone that's even stronger. It's a family and they are offering more than you offered." And I'm like, oh. And it's a family? Oh man, it's gonna be hard. So I was like, what can I do to win? Like, what can I do? And he was like, "Well, people write letters to the owners sometimes, like to get their edge up." And I'm like, what am I going to say that like makes me stand out? I quickly realized I'm going to get outbid. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to write a letter because that's way too long. Let me just write a short little note. And I remember what the note said. I think it said something like, "Hi, owners, selling agent. I just want to let you guys know that I love this home. As soon as I walked into it, it just felt like the space for me to really ground myself and create something for my future self and start to build generational wealth for my family to come. I don't have a family today, but I will have one someday. And this would be something I'll be very proud to tell them that I did by myself. And I'm someone that has been working hard for a really long time. I started working when I was 16 years old. Everything that I've ever wanted to buy or gain, I've always gone out there and hustled. And this is something that I've had my mind on. And if you choose me, I will take care of this home. I would show it the love. You guys have shown it for all these years. And it will be something that really makes me and my family in the future happy. And my current family, like my siblings would be happy. Everyone would be so happy for me. So I want this house." So even though the note wasn't anything like, it wasn't anything like empathetic, like, "Oh, you know, my dogs and my cats need somewhere to run." And no, I don't have dogs. I don't have cats. I don't have kids. I don't have anything. All I have is the fact that I work hard and I want it. And that's okay to say. And to my surprise, he loved it. He's like, "You know what? You got the house." I'm like, yes. Sometimes just keeping it real and not even like doing the most gets you what you deserve. If it's for you, you won't have to go that hard. You would just go right. And it just went so right. So I got the house and I was like screaming. I was dancing. I was hey. I did every dance you could think of. It was better than that. But yeah. Next step is talking to the bank, talking to the loan officer, blah, blah, blah. Here's where it gets so Stressful. Home loan info. So obviously, as a first-time home buyer, you don't know what you're getting yourself into until you're in it. And I have never signed so much paperwork in my life. They asked me so many questions. How much you have in your checking? How much you have in your savings? How many credit cards do you have? How much debt do you have? Do you have student loans? How long have you been at your job for? Like, there's so many things. I was like, oh, the stress. It's just like, it was a lot. And, I just kept being real. This is what I have. This is what I do. This is what I want. I had to stay calm because even though I got approved for the house, I also now needed to go through another approval from the bank because this is a mortgage. Okay. And I just was like, wow, this is so overwhelming. I mean, if someone can buy a house cash and I'll have to deal with this, you're blessed. But I'm buying a house in Los Angeles. I need a mortgage. I'm alone. I'm single and I'm married. That's what the bank kept telling me. Every document kept saying single, unmarried, single, sign here, check here. I'm like, I get it. I'm single and unmarried. Give me my house. So yeah, it was just a lot of information. And I was just overwhelmed, but I stayed really calm because I also had my sister emotionally supporting me throughout the whole process. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been able to get through this. You need someone that's by your side. Even though she wasn't physically by my side because she doesn't live in the city, I just really, really appreciated all her support in this because it was a lot. So once I gave all of my documents and they said, okay, the last step is you need to give us the money, honey. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to wire transfer. So I had to wire transfer to an escrow company, which I don't have escrow on my loan. So I was kind of confused why I needed to send the money to escrow. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So I was by myself in a room and I decided, okay, it's time to wire the money. It's a lot of money. So I made sure I paid attention to every number. I was like, I didn't want to make any mistakes because if I put one wrong number, hey, if I sent this money accidentally to somebody else, hey, God, somebody wake up and be like, hi, God has blessed me. I'd be like, yes, but I've been cursed. So thank God I got it right. I sent it to the right place. I think that was probably the scariest part of this whole process was sending a large sum like that. That was a lot. Single woman, yes.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and grab a signature. Congratulations. Thank you. You are This is
I get my keys and I walked into the house. I did this little twirl video that I posted on Instagram, which is probably what led you guys to this video because I posted it there. And I called my sister. I'm like, you need to come here and celebrate with me. And she's like, wait, I have a double celebration. I was like, what's a double celebration? She's like, I just bought a house too. I'm like, oh my God. So I knew she was shopping around for a house as well. And she also got her house. So I was like, girl, fly out here now. So she flew out to LA. We celebrated my new home, her new home. I'm not going to show those videos. My sister is a very private person, so she doesn't want to be, all up on the social media. I have a lot of private people in my life. I'm the one that's always like, hi, I'm a Leo, look at me. And it was just amazing. She knew everything I was going to need to know next, which is how to renovate my house. It's going to be a lot of work. So one thing I wish I did not do was renovate my house so quickly from purchasing it. I got my house key on a Monday at 9 a.m. And I started renovating that same Monday at 3 p.m. like a crazy person. I was just so excited. I'm like, it's time to go to Home Depot. I was like, I literally had no time to even enjoy what I just bought. I was just like, let's go. Not me driving a U-Haul. I can't believe I'm driving this thing. This is so scary. This is such a big truck. I also wanted to renovate quickly because my schedule is insane. Like, I work a 9 to 5 job, like I mentioned. I also run my own businesses. I have 2 businesses. So it's just like, I really felt like I wanted to take this off of my to-do list. But looking back, I wish I even waited like at least 2 weeks. So let's talk about the whole process, and you guys can see why, if I took my time, I wouldn't have gone through the amount of trauma that I did. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to change was the popcorn ceiling. So popcorn ceilings are like these little dots on the ceiling. So look up right now if you can and see if you have them. I used to get so fixated on these things and I wanted it gone. Not because anything was wrong with it, but just because I just didn't want it there. And I feel like it made the house look a little bit older and dated. My home is like a more vintage home, which I actually really love because I learned later on that buying an old home is better than buying a new home as far as like new build, just because like it lasts longer and it's really strong. And I will say so far that has been very true. My home is built so well and I'm so grateful for it. So what I really wanted to do was get rid of these popcorn ceilings. And I reached out to a couple of construction companies, like trying to get some quotes. I'm like, hey guys, like how much would it be to take this thing off? And they're like, oh yeah, congratulations on the home, by the way. That's going to be like, $15,000. $15,000? $15,000 to take off that? I was shocked. I was like, you know what? Thank you for your quote. I now go straight to YouTube because I wanted to know, how do you take off popcorn ceilings? Because if it's that expensive, it must be such a hard process. I go on YouTube and I watch it and it is so easy looking. See, all you got to do is this. So you get some water and you pour the water in the sky. Sorry, I'm making it sound so easy, but it is. You pour the water all over, right? You let it soak up and then you just scrape it off. I was like in shock by the pricing I was getting. And I was like, no, I can't afford that. Like the thing about buying a house is like, once you buy a house, you're pretty broke. I mean, besides having like an emergency fund and things like that, but like you spend a lot to get the house. So now you're like nitpicking on every little thing because like you took on this responsibility. That's a lot. So I was like, I cannot afford to spend that kind of money just to remove that. So I decided to do something that I probably shouldn't have. This is going to lead to a series of a lot of mistakes that I made. But you guys can learn from it. If you are also interested in buying a home and renovating, this is going to be a good video for you. I went on Craigslist. I went on Craigslist to look for help to do the job and not have to use a professional company that was charging me or trying to charge me that much money. So, my sister came out and I was like, you need to be here because I'm scared. And did I meet some scary people off Craigslist? I met this guy. His name, we'll call him John. That's not his name, but we're going to call him John for the video. And I was like, okay, John, can you remove the popcorn ceilings? I gave him one room to do and he did a good job. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. He did one little room. That means he can do this. I was like, well, how much are you going to charge me to do this? He's like, well, I'm not like a professional or anything like that, but I'm a handy guy, so I'll do it for you for half the price. I was like, half the price of what yeah, I'll do it for half the price. I'm like, for the whole house? Like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I was feeling good. I'm like, yes, it feels so good to save money, get a deal. I was like, this is great. So I leave and come back in, I think 2 days. It took him 2 days to do the whole house. I came back and this man, oh my God, I'm getting like trauma all over again thinking about this. He removed all the popcorn ceilings. Yes. but he did not cover my floors. And he messed up my entire floor in the whole house. I'm talking paint everywhere, debris everywhere, scratches from his ladder. I was like, okay, stay calm. Stay calm, because mind you, Craigslist, mind you, girl, man, me, single, I'm married, like the bank kept saying, I have to act very proper. So first thing I said was like, oh, wow. Wow, these ceilings, oh, looks great. He's like, yeah, I didn't think there's any point of covering the floors since I'm pretty sure you're going to renovate everything here. I'm like, so you just made that assumption? Okay, that's cute. Oh, what is that? He's like, oh yeah, I mean, I messed up all the paint, but I mean, if you want, I can paint the whole house too. I'm like, yeah, but I never needed the whole house to be painted. The house needs to be painted because you messed it up. He's like, oh, well, I mean, you can go get some professional painters. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I paid him for the popcorn ceilings. I'm like, thank you, goodbye. I called some painters and I'm like, hey guys, how much would it be to paint the whole house because it got messed up because someone thought I didn't want my nice paint to be still there when I got back. And they said, okay, well, for painting, it would be like between, $8,000 to $10,000. $8,000 to $10,000 to paint something I never planned on painting because somebody messed it up. I was like, oh, that is so unfair. And the guys were like, listen, whoever did this, all this mess has cost you a lot of money. So you might want to go with us because that's a good deal. So I now call John. I'm like, hey, John, I've been getting some price quotes that are a little unaffordable because I didn't expect this expense. How good are you at painting? He's like, oh, I'm great at painting. I got all the skills. You saw my popcorn ceiling job. Of course I can paint. I'm like, okay, how much will you charge me to paint? Which hindsight, looking back, he should have done it for free. And he was like, oh, just do it for like half of what you were quoted. I'm like, okay, half. All right. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. I got it. Those guys are trying to rip you off. Like, I got you. I'm like, okay. At that point, I was like stressed out and had so much other things going on. I'm like, you know what, whatever. You messed it up, so I'm pretty sure you know how to fix it. So I come back and I think it took him like 3 days to paint. Mind you, I don't live in this house. Obviously, I'm renovating, so I live in my apartment. So I wasn't able to be there all day and I was working. So I came back 3 days and I saw that he painted. And he painted all over the place. I'm talking, he got paint inside the electrical panels because I was doing all of my electrical work, putting recessed lights. He got paint in places that I don't even know how he got there. My laundry room. Like, how is there paint in the fridge? Oh my God. But of course, thank you so much. I appreciate that. There's paint inside. Okay. How much do I owe you? Okay. So he's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I went back the next day by myself and started to mark everywhere in the house where he should paint and not paint. I'm like, I feel like he just needs to be told exactly what to do. I have to tell him, hey, do you mind doing the job without giving me another job for you to have to do? Like, the paint, it's just done. It's just great. Okay. Now I do want to renovate my bathroom because that was one of the things that I first saw. And I'm like, this is so ugly. It must be renovated. Let me go get some bathroom quotes. So I get some quotes. And I was like, hey guys, how much is it going to be to renovate the bathroom? Here's my inspiration. Here's my Pinterest. They're like, okay, well, it's looking between $30,000 to $35,000. John, how you doing? So it's like I didn't want to learn from my mistakes because, when you are paying for all of this by yourself out of pocket, you really just try to pinch pennies. And looking back, I mean, I know I probably shouldn't have done all these things. Imagine saving all this money to buy the house and then being cheap on the labor. Don't do that. Spend the money everywhere, because my mom always taught me something, her sister, she always says, the cheap comes out expensive. Meaning you might think you're going cheap, but it's gonna cost you a lot more in the end. So learn from me. But I called John. So I was like, John, I need to renovate my bathroom. Do you think you can do that? And he was like, yeah, of course. I'm a handy guy. I can do everything. I'm like, okay. John, do you mind doing the bathroom without messing things up? Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, I just don't want to do anything else after the bathroom. Like, so if we can just like keep the mess to a minimal, and he's like, of course, I got you. I'm like, okay, great. We have an understanding. So I go to Home Depot. I'm looking for tile. I loved looking for tile. Beautiful marble tile, all kinds of options. And I got this really, really beautiful one that I was like, okay, this is the one, right? And I'm like, okay, so I want this one to go here, that one to go there. I took photos, I showed it to him, because let me tell you something about John. He actually knows what he's doing, but he just needs like to be guided. So I'm like, okay, I've learned the lesson, just guide him step by step. Call him on FaceTime, have him send you pictures in between. Like, that is the least I can do for this bathroom. So I give him all the tile. I go away, go to work. I come back and I see he put the wrong tile in the shower. He demolished all of the old tile, but he did not cover up my bathtub. So he messed up my entire bathtub, a brand new tub. And I was like, hey, John, why is the bathtub messed up? And he was like, oh, I didn't think it was really needed. So who gets to decide if I still want to keep my bathtub? Oh, well, if I knew you wanted to keep the bathtub, I would have just covered it. Anyway, this whole video is not just about him, but it just kind of shows the progression of my renovation and of how I didn't do my due diligence, but I also wanted to cut corners and be cheap. I couldn't be that upset because I was getting what I was paying for. Like, it was just a whole thing. Like, it was hard. So I was like, oh no, I do want my tub. I guess it's ruined now. So he's like, oh, well, I guess I could be the one to fix it. I won't charge you that much. I said, John, I'll be back in 3 days. Do what you can. Whatever I see when I come back, may God's be. I come back and honestly, not bad. There's going to be a black shower door that's going to really just kind of balance out the colors. And for the niche, like, this is still just newly grouted, so it's going to come out really nice too. I think I wish I went with like a different color here, but it's too late. I definitely feel like I need to add some recessed lighting, because more light will brighten this up. I feel like it's dark because the lights are really dark. So this is progress. This is a little progress. I'm gonna put the vanity here. Double vanity is gonna be from here to here. So it's gonna be kind of a long vanity, a pretty simplistic bathroom. This is what I'm afraid of happening. I'm afraid of the towel cracking in some kind of way, even when I install the vanity. So I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna go with vinyl. Let's see. I went with the towel option. Then I went back to Home Depot to go purchase a vanity. I wanted a vanity that would match the bathroom, and I got this really beautiful double vanity, and I got these gorgeous faucets as well. He put the black shower doors. I had my vanity. I had my new faucets. Everything was like looking like it was coming together. It just, one little thing that I noticed, I'm like, did you not cover the shower and the toilet and the sinks when you were working? Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh no, looks like he got inside. You have to be careful.
No worries.
This man messed up my entire plumbing system in the entire house, which now cost me a plumbing bill that I did not hire him for. I hired a real licensed plumbing company. They're the best. And that ran me, I don't want to talk about it. That was a lot of money. Okay. So I was like, you know what? I think it's time to go, John. Like, I really want to thank you for your services. This has been not fun for me. You know, the one time I actually walked in on him watching YouTube on how to put the towel up. I was like, so you're just DIYing my house? Like, I can do this too. At this point, I can do it too. So I said, here's your coin. Nice to meet you. Goodbye. It's finally done. It's finally done. It's finally done. It was worth it, but it did cause me severe depression and mental health issues. And I'm just glad that I don't need therapy anymore, and now I can just enjoy what had happened. And also I changed all of the vents because this one was like so old before, but now it's like a nice heater. So warm. Added this little toilet thing for your phone. Very extra, but very mindful. Very demure. His last little thing this year. And once I realized he DIY'd everything on YouTube, basically, I'm like, well, my next project is my front door. I want my front door to look beautiful. And I'm going to do it myself. If he can DIY, so can I. So, front door renovation. So I was kind of curious to know what a professional would charge to do my front door. Not like I was going to pay for one, because I told myself I need to find something in this house that I do by myself. But I got a quote for $6,000. I'm like, $6,000 to paint a door? You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's because I live in Los Angeles. And oh, because they think that because I just bought this house, I must have money, when it's quite opposite. Once you buy a house, you have no more money. I just wish I could shout that to the world. I'm like, I don't have any more. So I decided to just go on YouTube and learn how to take care of this door by myself. The first thing I did was buy paint color that would match the door. And I thought I had to just paint it. And as soon as I painted it, I looked back and I was like, yeah, no, this isn't what I need. I don't need paint. This needs like serious work. Then I researched that you have to sand the door and stain the door. And I'm like, oh, this is a lot more than I thought. No wonder I was getting quoted $5,000, $6,000. So I went back to the store, bought the right tools, and put my hair up, got real ugly, and said, let's do this. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's kind of, but you gotta wear the mask. You know, you don't need to.
That's very smart. I do need to wear a mask. And my neighbors will walk by, and my neighbors are like, you go, girl. One thing I liked is that I have like really, really, really amazing neighbors. Like, it's such a family-oriented neighborhood. And like, I know they saw me by myself, like feeling a little bad for me. Like, girl, you don't have nobody here? And I'm like, it's independent life now. It's me that chose it. I took 3 or 4 days to do this whole thing. When I was recording all these renovation videos, I wasn't really sure if I was ever going to post this. So the videos aren't like 4K, they're not clear, and they're not perfect. So apologize for the low quality of the videos. So I did this for like 3 or 4 days. Now look at the before and the after. When I did this door by myself, I was so excited. I sent this picture to all of my siblings. I was like, oh my God, you guys, like, I'm like a construction girly. If I knew I had it in me, I would have done my own popcorn ceilings. I would have painted my own house. But sometimes you don't know until you've experienced something that shows you you're capable. And that's really what I took away from a lot of this. Was knowing that you can really do something, sometimes when you're forced into it, sometimes just by experience. So I was so excited. I could have done a little bit more with the door, but I was tired. And like I said, coming home from work at 5 o'clock and then going to my house to go do this, like that was really hard. And then going on the weekends, because I'm working Monday through Friday, my weekends were just spent there. And I do want to say I love my friends for being patient with me, because I was like super MIA during this project because I just needed to like focus and get it done so I can get back to my real life, okay? Doing, you know, all the girly things. So door done, and then I got inspired. It was time to tackle my floors. The floors that John had ruined needed to be fixed. I thought to myself, what can I do to revive these floors? I went back to Home Depot. I bought this pen and I was like, I'm going to use this pen. I know it sounds silly. And I'm going to just cover all the spots, because at that point, I really just could not afford to just get all new floors in the house. I was getting quoted like $25K to do my floors. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I think maybe I can do this. So 7 hours later of covering it up, I was like, okay, I did it. It looks good. Then I poured water on it to do a little water test, and it all came off immediately. I was like, oh, damn. Okay, so marker will not work. If you are in construction and you're watching this video laughing at me, you have every right to, because all these things were ridiculous. So anyway, I realized that wasn't going to work, and I decided to do something even more stupid. If that's even possible. Let me just stain the floor. I stained the floors for 2 days, mopping it like it was freaking Swiffer, just because I wanted to cover up all these spots, not realizing that staining the floors would make all the floors shiny, slippery, and even worse than the original flaws. I was like, okay, I think it's time to quit. I think it's time to stop this strong, independent thing and hire help, pay for everything, and move on, because I was spending so much of my time and money. And you know what's funny? Like, money I can get back. I work, I have a business, but my time I cannot get back. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is taking too long. So I called the flooring company and I'm like, just come do the floors. I called a professional licensed flooring company, no Craigslist, okay? And I bought these beautiful oak floors, and I was like, let's just give it a go. And it was amazing, flawless. It hurt the wallet, but it warmed my soul. I loved it. Things were looking good, feeling good. So I went back to Home Depot. Home Depot's like my second home now. Back here to shop for appliances. And oh my God, it's so fun actually shopping for appliances. But these prices are not fun. Wow. Okay. Had no idea how much these things really cost. Every apartment I've ever lived in came with appliances. So this was quite shocking. I went straight to the sale section. Thankfully, there was a sale going on, so I got a stove, a dishwasher, a washer and dryer combination. I used my coupon, and I was super excited to get everything brand new and on sale, and then got rid of the black ugly fridge that came with the house and replaced everything. had a few more things I wanted to renovate, but I'm not going to show that in this video. I did a lot more, but I only showed very select things in this video for a couple of reasons. I mean, when I was filming myself, like, you know, doing the doors and doing all these things, I didn't have the intention to really post it. That's why I look really ugly in every single video. Please don't judge me. But I was like, you know what? This might be like something people might want to see. It's not the most glamorous thing. I know people like more aesthetics or like the perfectness of things. I got down and dirty, just showing you a different side of me. So I do hope that this inspires anyone that is interested in purchasing a home and you learn something from it. And if you do want to see more videos about this, I can kind of break down, maybe like you can comment, you know, tell me about the real estate agent or tell me about the home loan process, talk about interest rate. All these things have now got me so passionate about like real estate, because now I'm thinking maybe I need to like study real estate for real. If you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. I really do hope that you guys subscribe, because I have a ton of more videos to come. Things like this that are more long form, where I can really get to know my audience a lot more. So I appreciate the patience, and even though everything was kind of all over the place, I promise I'll put a script together for the next video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.